Hello, everybody. It's Alane Freund here with my friend and colleague, Candy Crawford. I'm calling these Candy Chats because, there's nothing better than having a chat with Candy. Candy and I are both international consultants on high sensitivity, and we're both clinicians. We have therapy and coaching practices in our home states. I'm in California, Candy's in Illinois, outside of Chicago. And we work pretty much exclusively with highly sensitive people. And we love working with families too. So I'm so happy to have you here, Candy. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, my friend. I'm delighted to be with you.
Now, I'm actually not in California at the moment because the fires are pretty close to where I live. And I left because the smoke was so bad that I really couldn't breathe, being a highly sensitive person. So I'm in Arizona, but I'm living out of a suitcase. And the thing is that I can't find anything. And right before we were about to start, I couldn't find these glasses that I like to wear. They're just the right magnification for the computer screen. And I couldn't find them anywhere. And I was looking before, and Candy and I were on the phone. I said, I'm going to be late. I can't find my glasses. And we sat down. I said, forget it. I'm just going to wear the other ones. We sat down to talk, and I couldn't tolerate the other ones. So I said, I'm just going to go find them. And when the pressure was off and Candy had made me laugh a few times, poof, I found them like that. So Candy and I were thinking that's a good jumping off point for parenting highly sensitive children because the pressure's a lot, right, Candy?
Yes. Yes. And we both noticed that when we were not in the spotlight or could find a moment of calm, our brains started to work well. And it makes such a difference when our insides are peaceful, when our arousal states are in that medium zone that we aim to get.
Yeah, I think the thing that made my arousal state go better was that we were joking around. I mean, there's lots of ways to get there, right? But joking around and having fun with your friend is a good one.
Yes, and I've noticed again, Alane, we were talking about with parents these days, especially in this transition time of starting a new year, and it's impossible not to have expectations. And, we're all saying we're lowering them because of these strange times, but we bring a lot to the plate physically too. And I'm just noticing that we all, parents included, need to take more breaks, even if they're 60 seconds, to remember to get calm, do some breathing, look out the window so the body can stay regulated, and it's just really.
The sensitive children are like sponges, aren't they? I mean, every parent I talk to is kind of wigging out, about their child wigging out.
And wanting to do well, and wanting to do really well, the moms themselves and the dads.
Yeah.
Really wanting things to go well, wanting their kids to do well. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. The stakes feel incredibly high, I think, again. And we're talking parents who are highly sensitive and parents who are not as high on the trait.
Right. But the kids, I mean, we're really focused on those sensitive children who I love that you were talking about, just being somatically aware of what's going on in our bodies as parents, but also being aware of what's going on in the children's bodies because, wow, they get so wound up, don't they? Oh, one of the things I like to do is I encourage parents to take a time out rather than giving the child the time out. And if they have young children, to just do it right there in the same room with the child, lay down and close your eyes, or like you were describing, just do some breathing. It's funny. Do you remember that story that Elaine Aaron told about how when they started meditating when her son was a toddler, he stopped crying in the afternoons while they were meditating, and it made the neighbors so happy, which is just another example of how our bodies affect our children's bodies.
Yep. Yeah, and I work with teachers too, and they are just as revved up, wanting to do well, and the highly sensitive ones are so not missing anything. They want to connect with all the kids. They want to see them on their screens. And again, there's just, overwhelm comes pretty quick, I think. Yeah. And hence more of a need to take little breaks, mental breaks, physical breaks, stand up, walk down the hallway, come out, come back in to, reset with the teaching or, parenting, or those precious kids sitting in front of those screens.
I've been seeing a lot of moms, highly sensitive moms, on different Facebook groups saying that, oh no, where was it? Oh, I'm in an exercise group. And with all the smoke where we live, you can't get outside and ride your bike or hike or whatever. And people have been saying, put on the music and get dancing. I know you're really good at that, Candy.
Oh, not really, but thanks for saying that.
No, but you always bring music to everything.
Oh,
And
yes.
it is so helpful for getting to optimal level of arousal. You've taught me that.
Yes, and I sound like I keep returning to the physical piece because it just seems to make a big dent quickly when parents and kids can attune within and do some checks and again, do some, am I allowed to show a book on here of a resource?
Definitely.
Right. I should contact this author, but this is a really practical guide. And I know adult clients can use it too, parents, but for parents to learn these, it's called The Kid's Guide to Staying Awesome and in Control.
We'll put it in the notes below so people can find it. Tell me, like, let's wrap this conversation up with one thing that really, one great tool from the book.
Sure. Again, it's teaching these kids when they're, appearing overwhelmed or they're appearing, having a meltdown, to just, again, the parent has to guide this, but modeling a calmness and then asking this kid, to do a check within. Are you revved up? Does it feel too quick inside? Or do you feel tired inside? And one thing could be that kid could stand up, go put their palms against the wall and just count to 5. It's doing a lot in that simple exercise, but again, we're trying to help parents and kids be just right on the inside as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, you're tapping into that whole thing that I love, the 3 A's: awareness, acceptance, action. And I think part of it, what you're describing, is the parent teaching the child to be aware when things aren't just right inside. And sometimes the way I say that is, you know how it feels when you have something that's the wrong fabric or something that's just too scratchy on and you just want to crawl out of your skin? That feeling. I'd say, or your pajamas are too tight if you have a child that's bothered, but some feeling in your body that just doesn't feel right. I love that. Put your hands on the wall and count to 5. So easy. Okay, Candy, let's go do that and then start with another topic.
I'm down.
I'm gonna go put my hands on the wall. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. All right. Peace.